Greetings, programs! How is everyone this evening? Why is there no sound? Okay, I think we're good. Is my back doing okay? Yes, it is actually doing quite well. So what it was a muscle strain. So no nerve damage, no bone damage, nothing like that. It was just the muscle. And it has been doing considerably better. To the point that I was kind of over the course of this week, I think. Even at the beginning of this week, I was feeling all right, but I would get so tired so fast. But by today, I'm more or less back to normal. Like I'm feeling all right. My endurance has gone up considerably. In fact, the most debilitating thing right now is that I have a very bad headache, which has been kind of coming and going for the past probably 3 days. So that's cool. That's actually why I did not stream yesterday. So apologies for not streaming yesterday. Had really bad headache, bad enough that it even made me a little queasy. Just like a little, not like bad or anything, just kind of an uncomfortable feeling. And I was just sitting down going, I don't want to stream. I just want to turn the lights out and put my head in my hands. So yeah. I still have a headache. I feel a little bit better than yesterday, I think. But good enough to stream at least. Which brings us to where we are today. There are... I'm sure I've mentioned this before. There are so many games that I want to show you guys. And originally this was not my plan today. But I think I saw a YouTube video yesterday, or some such, that just made me think about it again, and I thought, if I only ever stream this game once, I want to show you guys this game. So, this game is Angel at Dusk. It's available on Steam. What was the plan? Just playing a different game. So it's available on Steam. It was released just not long ago. Yeah, it was released January of this year. So relatively recent, and I think among Shmup fans, this game has picked up a lot of traction. I don't think as far as... I think as far as, like, the high-end players go, it has not been picked up too much. But among, like, more casual enjoyers of the shmup, this game has picked up a lot of traction. But I think in the grand scheme of things, it is still not as widely known. So, Angel at Dusk. This game was made by Akira Goya. who you could see in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, but my Choco body is currently blocking that. So, Akira Goya, they have been developing shmups for a very long time. Very long time. Like, homebrew Genesis game long time. Trying to remember what the game was that they made. Maybe it wasn't Genesis, maybe it was like Amiga or something. Regardless, very long time. He's danced around with a couple different overall themes here and there, but for the most part, all of his games are a little unsettling, but in almost a comedic kind of way. They can be a little bit on the gory side. And he also has a whole series of games that are effectively hentai games, so. Yet still being, like, comedic gore. Like... So he's probably most well known for the exact aesthetic that this game has. And it had been a little while since he had made a game in this style. Largely, he was going around to various Comic-Cons and that kind of thing in Japan, Japanese developer. And that's kind of where he distributed a lot of his games. Before like Steam and more readily accessible things came out, especially to like indie devs, because we also saw something similar with this with Platinet Dispositive. Where, how did they distribute their games? Well, it was largely through their own website and Comic-Cons and that kind of thing. It's only very recently that we've seen these devs that used to be very much of the, like, Dojin Japanese game style, start releasing games in more public venues, such as Steam. So a lot of this guy's older games get harder and harder and harder to Zune with Touhou 2, I want to say, you know what? I can get behind that, yeah. So it had been quite a while. In turn, it's very difficult to get a hold of a lot of this guy's older games. And in trying to find something more recent, something that you could even get your hands on in the first place, the first game that this guy made on Steam gotta find it again. Oh, he's actually made more than I thought he did. Where is it? I like how whenever you click on the developer on Steam, it takes you to the publisher's page. Does not matter. Click on the developer, it always takes you to the publisher, which means you're getting a whole lot of games that weren't made by strictly that developer, which is what I am looking for. I think it's called Steel Vampire, but I can't find it because it didn't take me to the devs page. It took me to the publisher's page. Okay, yeah, there, found it. Steel Vampire. So, no, go back. So, first game they made was Steel Vampire. Or I should say the first game they released on Steam. And I almost feel like this was them feeling out a new environment. But yeah, Steel Vampire. After Steel Vampire, which Steel Vampire, vertical shmup. After Steel Vampire, they released Maidens of the Hollow Dream. Maidens of the Hollow Dream, a little bit more of his traditional style. Not necessarily creepy gore, a comedic gore kind of thing, but it's still just a little unsettling in a weird way, but also kind of horny. And just weird. So, all things considered, I've been actually following and paying attention to this dev for quite some time. Since long before any of their stuff came out on Steam. I tried my best to collect as many of their older games as possible. And I think I have most of them. But between Steel Vampire and then Maidens of the Hollow Dream, we're getting some good Akira Goya. But what we want is the, weird. Give me the weird. Give me, the almost horror game kind of crap. And that finally came with Angel at Dusk. With Angel at Dusk, we have a return to form. Angel at Dusk, this is his style. This is the kind of stuff that he does. I want to say, almost goofy Geiger-esque. You can see some of the faces in the background. Look at this guy right here. I can't really move my head, so you can... I can kind of move my head so you can see, the weird eyeball person up here. Yeah, Maidens of the Hollow Dream used Vocaloid in the soundtrack. I wouldn't doubt it. He's actually made a Vocaloid fan game in the past. Once again, a vertical shmup. You can play as... I know you can play as Miku. I think you can play as Ren? And when you're playing as Miku, Miku's hair comes off in these weird tentacle things. And you actually, how you move around, you can use them to block bullets and stuff. So something that I want to point out is not only is this guy's aesthetic amazing, but this guy loves shmups. I'm reminded of the end of, Parodius, I almost want to say. I think it was Parodius, where, at the end of the end credits, it just says, we love shmups. And, this guy loves shmups. But he doesn't love them like the high-scoring pros love them. He's not making the kind of games that... The name has completely escaped my head. He's not making, cave shooters. and things, where, like, you're there for the score attack, to hone yourself. He's here because he loves this as a genre. He loves what you can do with it, what you can experiment with it. And so what we get out of that is, that brings us here. So, Angel at Dusk. I want to start by saying that not only... This guy loves shmups. He wants to share shmups with people. And in turn, this game has some of the best accessibility I have seen in games. Right here from the start, you go down to options. Like, for one, there's a tutorial. This is a shmup. There's a tutorial. I'll get back to this. But for one, when you boot the game up, before the game boots, it asks you, do you want to boot in full screen? It just asks you. Once you're in the game, it detects whatever you want to use. You don't have to go into the configuration and go, oh, I want to use gamepad, I want to use keyboard and mouse. Whatever you hit, I hit an arrow key, it's like, okay, we get it. You want keyboard controls. Press Z for this option. As soon as I grab my controller and just hit a button, oh, cool. You want to use a controller, that's fine. Now hit the A button to confirm this option. Like, super accessible. Then you go into options. Options. Okay, input. Controller vibration on and off. Vibration intensity. Map the controllers. You can choose what type of controller. Like 800 different options for controllers. And completely remappable controls. Color? What color do you want your menu to be? Crosshair, border, player character. Like, just you can change the color of all of these effects. Oh, that color kind of bothers me. Change it. Sound is simple, but like you can only do so much with that. Game. So screenshot, window size, crosshair, esports mode? Turning this on will make enemy bullets appear as symbolic images. I haven't turned that on, so I don't actually know what it is. You can turn off camera shake. Miniaturize. Your player character, your ship in this game, is actually quite large. The hitbox, very, very tiny. Do you want... This won't change the hitbox, but do you want the model of the player character to be smaller? You can do that. And, so I mentioned before that this guy has made a number of almost hentai games as well. And much like Geiger, a lot of his games, I should say, have a hint of horny to them. This game does actually have an R15 mode, which will effectively make anything that resembles a lady be topless. Obviously for streaming, I'm not disabling that. But this is Akira Goya, and this is all the hot mess that they have done. They are a weird, probably kind of disturbed person that makes amazing works. So, I want to start also then with the tutorial. Because this game is, as far as accessibility, as far as getting people interested in playing shmups. Now, one of the biggest things about shmups is much like fighting games, there is shmups are interesting in that there are expectations of the player. You are expected to already know things, expected to already know conventions and how to go about the game, in a way that is not very accessible to new players. If someone playing a fighting game brand new wants to pick up a fighting game, they have a large wall to climb before they even know what's going on. Like, you can't, without really knowing anything about fighting games, aside from maybe watching a couple of YouTube videos of people playing fighting games and going, I want to try that, you're going to pick up a fighting game, and do you know what neutral is? Do you know what highs and lows are? Like, do you know about block stun? Do you know about moves being plus or minus? Like, and this is basic information. But it's basic information you kind of have to know, or you're just going to keep getting bodied. And something else with both fighting games and shmups is typically when you play through a lot of games, especially modern games, your character gets more powerful over the course of the game. This could be levels, this could be item pickups, this could be a shop. But you're expected to almost run into a barrier and then get something through the game to help you surpass that. With shmups and fighting games both, what levels up is you. You will hit a barrier that you cannot progress beyond. And how you get past that barrier is by getting better. By playing and practicing. You are the one who levels up. These are all things that can be they can be a big put-off to new players. Especially when you're playing higher-end games. I shouldn't say higher-end game, more advanced games, more expertise games. And shmups are much the same. If you want to get... This is why this game is praised so much, and the biggest thing it's praised for is its tutorial. Because if you want to get somebody into shmups, if you want to break down those barriers to entry so people can actually understand what is expected of them going into a shmup, this is the kind of stuff you have to teach them. So there are actually 3 different tutorials here. What do we have here? We have Start, there's Arcade and Original. I've played some of this game. I played through the tutorial once, and I think I played through a round or so of one of the actual game modes, but I've not played a lot. Yeah, some R-type types get harder after picking up power-ups. This is true. In fact, R-Type Final 2 did this. There is actually a rank system in Final 2 that makes the game harder beyond just choosing different skills, difficulty levels. And a lot of people hate these like adaptive difficulty, that kind of ranking system. Masahiro Hirano. Hello! Earth Defense Force. I own Earth Defense Force. I should play that at some time. I have EDF, I think, 4? So a lot of people don't like the ranking system in those games. But Final 2 doesn't have... Final 2 doesn't have a rank system that is too aggressively unpleasant. I remember it was... One of the Parodius games that I played had a very bad ranking system, where because I went most of the game save stating, because I went most of the game without dying, the game was almost unplayably difficult by the end. Whereas Final 2, what Final 2 did was, I think it ranks based on how many power-ups you have. So if you're fully kitted out, then it has ranked up significantly. And I can't remember if there's anything else that affects its rank. Anyway, so we will see how much of this game I play. I, at the very least, wanted to go, hey guys, this game. So we're going to play for a little bit. I'll go through the tutorial. I'll see if I, die or whatever playing through the actual game. But... So, tutorial. Tutorial is divided up into 3 categories. We start with Beginner, and then Angel at Dusk, and then Beginner's Practice. So, Beginner is shmups for extreme beginners, tutorials for newcomers. This is people who have not played a shmup before. Then you have Angel at Dusk, which is, you know how to play shmups, but here you will learn how to play Angel at Dusk. And then Beginner's Practice, you can go in and practice any of the individual lessons, of which there are a lot. So let's all learn how to shmup. I can move my ship. So the ship that you see here is not actually the ship from Angel at Dusk, it's actually the ship from Steel Vampire. Pressing holding. I like how it's a very simple message, but they give you so much time so you can actually do it. Failure in this tutorial will not result in game over. In this tutorial, enemies may attack you even when there is text to read. Prioritize reading the text carefully over avoiding their attacks. These instructions will be visible for a long time. You can practice even after you have read them. If you want to interrupt this tutorial, you can return to the title screen via the pause menu by pressing, I believe that is Start. Operating instructions. Move up, down, left, or right on the gamepad or keyboard. You can change the key used by selecting Option from the pause menu, so you can modify your controls. Press A to attack. Now let's fight the enemy. Defeat the enemy. Pass with 30,000 battle points? It will not be game over in the tutorial. Let's practice calmly. Like this, none of the enemies are attacking. Give you plenty of time to just shoot at stuff. Get a feel for it. You're flying, you're shooting. Look at them. Look at them guys that are there. I think these enemies are all enemies from Steel Vampire. We did it. You're doing pretty well. I had no idea there would be game warriors hiding in a place like this. Next, we will teach you some fundamental, ultimate, super advanced shmup techniques. You will not get it right at first, but if you remain aware of their significance, you will improve. Touch the green luminous object. Well done! You're an entry-level student, yet you've mastered so many control techniques. This is it! This is what control is about! Let's become able to move quickly and accurately without needing to pay attention to your aircraft all the time. Now then, let's practice movement in real time. Touch the green luminous object. Man, you're booking. They're getting smaller, and I'm moving faster! Heavy metal! Scary. This is the movement of a person who gave up his way of life as a human being and dedicated his soul to shmups. Maybe you're becoming something that's not human. In the chapter of techniques, part of the logic of shmups, I advocate there are 3 great shmups ultimate techniques. One of them is this control. In shmups, if the attack power of 2 ships is the same, the one that moves faster is the stronger of the 2. However, if its moving speed is faster, it will also be more difficult to control. A slow aircraft is easy to handle because it can be operated precisely. However, as the difficulty level increases, the speed is insufficient and it becomes a disadvantage. You should learn the knack of operation for a slow aircraft at first, and try a fast aircraft when you get used to it. A Shmups is a game where you shoot down the enemy. People tend to think that it is a game to avoid bullets, but it is important to defeat the enemy quickly, even in a tremendous bullet hell shmup. You don't have to avoid the barrage if you defeat an enemy who throws out the most terrible barrage. If you kill it so it can't attack, you don't have to dodge. To do so, you must always be aware of the enemy's position and ensure it's a place where they will be hit by your own bullets. Objective: defeat the enemy immediately after its appearance. They'll probably shoot if I let them live long enough. No, but it looks like they leave. So, like, if you're not on them right away. Heavy metal! Another warrior has been born. Now you have touched upon the essence of Shmups. Move to an advantageous position and defeat the enemy. Defeat them fiercely. This is it! This is what Shmups are! I made your weapon 5-way. Let's shoot the bullets with A. Ah. It seems that there is little need to move and shoot, because a diffusion bullet can attack widely and evenly. But if you have good intuition, you are surely already aware. This type of aircraft can dramatically increase its attack power in close combat. If you fight at a distance, only 1 or 2 bullets will hit each enemy. But if you get right in front of them, all bullets will hit. A green durability gauge is displayed at the lower right of the enemy. Try attacking the enemy by moving closer or further away from it. You will see a big change in the speed the durability gauge decreases. This means that if you make full use of control, your attack power increases dramatically. This may seem obvious if you read it in writing, but there are very few people who can realize this by themselves, understand it, and use it in actual combat. This is it! This is the ultra-aggressive attack technique called close combat that is logically derived from diffuse projectiles and movement. 2 bullets are better than 1. 5 bullets are better than 2. The more bullets hit, the stronger the attack. It's too logical. This is it. This is the very essence of logic of Shmups. But if you get too close and make contact with the enemy, you will typically take a hit. It is an attack technique for real warriors who risk their lives. As an aside, there are only a few works in the world where contact with the enemy does not result in damage. This means that you can challenge foes to close combat without fear. These are extremely dangerous shmups that require aggression. Well, this is of course referring to my own work. Objective: approach the enemy and defeat 10 of them. If you attack at a distance, they will run away before you destroy them. And if you defeat them too late, they will not be counted as destroyed. So get up there and point blank them! Let's learn about avoiding enemy bullets. Some people may think that shmups are filled with bullets and are too scary. That's right, bullets are scary. It can be said that shmups producers are fearmongers who love to create fear. but much of that fear can be overcome with knowledge. We are afraid of what we don't know, and we are afraid because we don't know. That's right, it's time for Logic of Shmups. Knowledge and logic defeat fear. Enemy attacks in Shmups are roughly divided into fixed direction attack and targeted attack. Let's start with fixed direction attack. The enemy will attack you, but don't worry about the bullet and focus on the explanation. A fixed direction attack is a bullet pattern that is always fired in a fixed direction. If you have good intuition, you've surely already noticed. If you watch the enemy's position carefully, you can get into blind spots where the attack cannot hit you. At first glance, it looks like a tremendous barrage, but you can easily avoid it just by looking at the point where the enemy's bullet is shot and shifting the axis a little. In the case of this enemy, the blind spot is under the white protrusions on either side of the nose. When avoiding attacks with fixed direction, it is important to focus on the enemy's picture as well as the bullet. Kill 10 enemies while avoiding bullet. If you are hit, the number of shots is reduced. The attack precursor effect does not appear here. Always keep your axis off the enemy's center. So don't get killed, but kill them. Just stay a little bit off center. I'm not really comfortable getting much closer to them. They move around just a little. So I'm scared if I get too much closer, I'm gonna get hit. Are we gonna learn how to stream bullets in misdirection? Oh, you bet we are! I wanted to try to zoom in close to him. I'm gonna try to get close and do like a little point blanking and then back away. Like, even if it's just a little... Oh, well, we're done anyway. Excellent! It was a splendid avoidance of bullets, hard to believe to have been carried out by a beginner. Various enemies appear in the actual game. It is a very important tactic to determine if the enemy attack is a fixed direction attack. Next, learn about targeted attacks, which are the most important element of the enemy's attack in Shmups. As the name suggests, it is a bullet that is aimed at your aircraft. This means that if you do not move and avoid them, you will certainly be hit. There are no blind spots like a fixed direction attack has. It's terrifying. It's too terrifying. Here comes a terrible attack! It doesn't matter how many times you get hit here. Read the description carefully. It can be said that targeted attacks are hellish attacks that epitomize the difficulty of Shmups. However, in fact, these can be easily avoided. Not that one. If you have a keen intuition, you've surely already noticed. Move. Just move. Just move a little bit, and you won't get hit. When the enemy fires a bullet, let's move a little to the side. Try moving sideways in small increments in succession. It is a technique called chon yoke. Chon means just a little, yoke means avoid, because it does a little moving input. Now let's practice. It's a lot tougher this time. Avoid bullets for 30 seconds. 10-second penalty on being hit. Oh boy, more bullets. Yay!
Heavy metal!
In Shmups, when you are pushed to the edge of the screen, the danger level rises rapidly. Target attacks are also intended to drive your aircraft to the edge of the screen. The shorter the input time, that is, the shorter the movement distance in one input, the more difficult it is to be cornered. So like tighter taps. This is a technique that is simple but profound and will require control accuracy. If your fingers act foolishly, you may think you have moved a little bit, but move too much and hit another bullet. You may now understand what it means to list control as one of the 3 great Shmup's ultimate techniques. There is no need to be afraid of targeted attacks, or at least some people surely think so. However, if multiple enemies shoot continuously, it will be a big problem. Oh, this is not an infamous tutorial! People love this tutorial! Even if you make full use of Chon Yoke, avoid just a little, you will be cornered at the edge of the screen eventually, and there will be no escape. Here comes Shmup's ultimate depth technique. It is a true depth beyond the 3 ultimate techniques. Some people may think that there are too many depths in ultimate techniques, but this is really a great depth. It is effective in all 2D shmups and is the basic and ultimate technique. It is the true ultimate technique that logic derives. The name is Kirikeshi. Earlier, I introduced the small, slow-moving, avoidance method. However, with this avoidance method, you will eventually be cornered at the edge of the screen. Now use the full width of the screen and move wide quickly to avoid bullets. Moving quickly generates gaps in the incessant firing of bullets. When you reach the edge of the screen, move through this large gap towards the opposite end. You can also leave the tutorial at any time if you're like, oh, this is too basic, I want to do something else. Think of it as guiding rather than avoiding enemy bullets. Can you go directly to certain sections? You absolutely can. I chose the top option, which was play all of them. But you can pick and choose what you want to do. And leave whenever. I think it's easy to do if you move in the middle edge of the screen. Look at the timing while moving downwards, aim for the gap between the enemy bullets, and go out to the opposite side at once. It is good to move as if drawing an arc. It's not passive avoidance, but offensive avoidance. That's right, Kirikeshi is an attack against the barrage. It's a technique that uses offensive movement techniques to attract foolish enemy bullets and then overtake them at once. When the words, I'm not there when you think you've shot me down, come out of your mouth naturally, you will be able to stand on your own. Let's practice actual fighting. It's really difficult this time. It is difficult to master the ultimate depths. Butts. I'm getting lucky, some of this. Doing this with 4 ships attacking, it was a bit different. I think it's easier if you just go faster the whole time, though. Back and forth instead of trying to do the tap. Like, you're gonna have to dodge more often, but it's there. Hey! Oh, there's something shiny! I can't call you a beginner anymore. You can practice individually at beginner practice, so please try to clear no mistakes. Yes, if you have sharp intuition, you've already noticed. This is where the ultimate technique number 1, control, becomes important. The faster the aircraft moves, the wider the space between the aiming bullets, and it becomes easier to avoid them. It means that in order to master the true depths of the shmups, it is essential to learn the ultimate technique. In shmups, scoring items may appear when enemies are defeated. It is better to ignore them at first, because you may be shot when you go to get them. This was the case up until 20 years ago. In today's shmups, the acquisition of scoring items tends to contribute to the completion of the game. In the past, when the main battleground for shmups was the arcade games, scoring items were an element of score competition. Sometimes it was better to ignore them if the objective was to clear the game. Some works were extended by score, but the majority were limited in the number of times they were extended. Because in an amusement arcade, the faster the rotation of customers is, the happier the owner is. This is one of the reasons people think that shmups are difficult. However, as the place for new releases shift from arcades to home consoles, there was no longer any point in reducing playing time. This would make the game more interesting if some advantage were added to the acquisition of scoring items. In recent works, there are many of the every extend system in which the number of remaining aircraft increases with a certain score. Some of them even allow you to make 50 mistakes before you complete the game. Well, I am describing my own game again. For these reasons, the acquisition of scoring items is now a factor that cannot be ignored, even for the purpose of game completion. The way in which scoring items appear may also be closely linked to the game system. You should also find out whether the scoring item is a reward for doing something difficult or an ideal move. In the case of rewards for difficulties, you don't have to go overboard, but in the case of rewards for ideal moves, the more you aim for them, the better you will get at that game. It is also important to find out what the score is in the work. Next, let's learn advanced techniques. There is an enemy attack called N-way bullets, fan-shaped bullets. These are attacks that are unleashed in a fan shape, such as a 3-way, 5-way, or 7-way. An extreme example is an attack in which bullets are fired in a circular pattern. There are 2 ways of N-way bullets aimed at the target, and N-way bullets with a fixed direction. This section describes N-way bullets that are aimed at your aircraft. Try to stop moving for now. If the attack direction is an even number of N-way bullets, that is 2-way, 4-way, 6-way, and so on, you won't be hit if you stop. This is amazing. Essentially, you don't have to avoid it. When you play shmups, if you are aware of whether this enemy's shot is an odd way or an even way, you will not need to move around unnecessarily. It's a small thing, but it's important. If you have good intuition, you might think, why do they make attacks that don't need to be avoided? You see, if these odd way and even N way bullets are shot alternately, the attack becomes very difficult to avoid. It can be said to be a gimmick that cunning producers are happy to use. Furthermore, mixing aimed and fixed direction bullets, or changing the speed of bullets, makes for a tremendously nasty attack. This is nasty. It's also easier if I'm like right below him to tell what's going on. What? It is often used by bosses and large ships. Butts! It's a nasty attack, but if you know the mechanism, you can deal with it. For this reason, it is important to observe the enemy carefully. This is an unavoidable task when attacking bosses. By the way, if you have sharp intuition, you may have noticed in this introductory course, the aiming bullet is blue and the fixed direction bullet is magenta. Defeat the enemy. Butts! Butts! Dodging the blues gets hard. Whoa! I did it. I did it! I didn't expect you to complete this task. In fact, it was a subject that was supposed to be failed. Maybe you no longer need my guidance. Many vertical scrolling shmups have ground enemies. Bullets shot out straight forward from your ship somehow hit ground enemies far below you. It's strange. Space is distorted. In the old shmups, there were cases where the ground attack and the anti-aircraft attack were separated, but now there are many cases where the anti-aircraft attack hits both ground and air enemies. Where's the logic? Some of you may be thinking that, but think of it this way. I interpret as visibly shooting a bullet forward, but the bullet that hit the ground enemy is actually shooting downward. The question is whether this fighter can change the angle of the machine gun. Ground enemies are often more durable than airborne enemies, and some will continue to attack until they disappear at the bottom of the screen, making it a troublesome enemy. It may act as a barrier to block your bullets. As a result, you will not be able to quickly defeat a group of weak enemies, and you will be tormented by weak enemies. Conversely, how you destroy the ground enemy is the key to the strategy of that stage. In some shmups, a special technique called sealing can be used against ground enemies. If your aircraft overlaps with a ground enemy, it won't shoot, and you can destroy it safely. Well, there will be a violent ground enemy who will shoot a lot of bullets. Let's take the plunge and move the aircraft over them. When you get close to the enemy, a circle showing the sealed area is displayed. The circle will turn green when your aircraft enters the range that can be sealed. Oh boy. Move in and out of the circle and observe the enemy's behavior. Simply flying over the enemy makes it not attack. This is amazing. I wonder what the logic is. I would argue that, like, they just can't shoot straight up. I thought it was a matter of range of movement of the gun barrel, so directly above is a blind spot. However, the turret that is out now is likely to shoot a bullet directly above. Anyway, it is an easy and convenient strategy. However... Oh, crap. There are few works, almost none, that explain in advance whether this super important technique can be used. It is normal that the timing of the enemy's attack and the range of possible sealing are not specified. Also, there are shmups where the ground enemies stop attacking when it comes to the bottom of the screen to some extent. Again, there is no explanation for when the attack stops. Crap. Everything is implicit. That's scary. The circle showing the sealed area displayed earlier was my idea for creating this course. There are probably no shmups that have this as a system. Maybe I just don't know about any. Shmups in Akira Goya, including Angel at Dusk, do not employ a system to seal off ground enemies. So what's funny, what is downright hilarious here, is he does not know of any games that use this system. He does not use this system in any of his games. He just thought it up as an interesting mechanic and put a tutorial in for it, just in case. Instead, it specifies the timing of the attack so that you can decide whether to attack or avoid. Or, yeah, maybe it's just the visible circle? In the case of the vertical scroll shmup, it may scroll horizontally according to the position of your aircraft. It does. Look at that. Please try to move left and right. The background scrolls, right? The enemies that appear here will attack you with even-way bullets aimed at you, so if you stop, you won't get hit. Many of the shmups that scroll horizontally can seal an attack by scrolling to make the enemy take the enemy off the screen. When a strong enemy appears at the edge of the screen, make use of the seal outside the screen. In the actual game, it is dangerous to stay on one side for a long time because you can seal the enemy, or just because you can seal the enemy. If the range of movement is narrow, you can't use Kirikeshi, and you will be shot down eventually. Off-screen sealing is only temporary. You have to figure out where to use it. You may be wondering, why does the game have a narrow screen and scroll horizontally? The monitor is wide to the side, so why not make the play screen wide as well? The edges of the screen are a waste. This is related to the play feeling of the vertical scroll shmups. If the width of the play screen is too wide, you will not be able to defeat enemies at both ends of the screen. While you're fighting with the enemy on one side, the enemy on the other side is dropping bullets endlessly. This is frustrating. This is also an issue with a number of widescreen vertical scrolling shmups. There's kind of a big one that came out not too long ago that kind of fell to this in the, like, we want to make it widescreen. You have to account for that. Because if you have a widescreen area with plenty of movement, you also have more space for movement. Which means that it becomes infinitely easier to just dodge everything, because you can just run away from everything. There are several solutions to this problem when making a shmup. Don't let enemies in the distance attack you, make the speed of the player's aircraft very fast, and make it possible to change the attack direction of the player's aircraft at will. But with these methods, the impression of playing will change a lot. It's game design. Everything in game design has to be very carefully balanced and monitored. You can't just, like, toss something in. It can be said that it is a different genre from the traditional vertical scrolling shmups. That's why, if you want to make it classical vertical scrolling shmup, you introduce a horizontal scroll while narrowing the play screen. Conversely, the widescreen vertical scroll shmups can be said to be a dream-inspiring genre that can be newly developed. Even though it is a genre with a history of more than 30 years, 2D shmups are really amazing in that there's still so much potential. In addition to fixed direction and aimed attacks, there are also guided and random attacks. A random attack is an N-way attack with an added irregularity in the attack direction. If there are many random attacks, the pattern cannot be formed and it becomes extremely difficult. Holy crap. It can be said that the attack is more a test of physical ability than intelligence. Dynamic vision and operational accuracy are required. Sigma Star Saga. I know Sigma Star Saga! Good crap. It's even more difficult. When mixed with other attacks, it becomes very, very... oh crap. This is what happens when the random element is removed from the previous attack. You can just stream it. Well, this is also difficult when it comes suddenly. But actually, it's all aimed at your aircraft, so you can easily avoid it if you move sideways little by little. The importance of observing and learning from the enemy's attacks appears precisely in these cases. The presence or absence of random attacks is a factor that is largely a matter of the producer's preference. Normally, the creator creates the barrage while thinking about the answer to the evasion, but random bullets do not have an answer. This means that even if the creators themselves play the game, they can enjoy tense battles. Yeah, it has been quite a time, more than 20 minutes. I've also been taking this very slowly. On the other hand, the success or failure of clearing the game depends largely on physical ability. Even if the producer thinks it is easy, it may be impossible for some people no matter how hard they try. The creator's ideas ooze out in places like this. It is one of the ways to find out the creator's tastes and habits. By the way, random attacks are hardly used in Akira Goya's works. Not only in shmups, but I prefer games with answers, because I want the feeling of solving a puzzle to be present in the game. With a system that is extremely difficult to understand and has evil barrages that cannot be avoided at first sight, my work is called an extremely difficult work and is feared. But on the flip side, anyone can complete the game consistently once they have found the answer. At first glance, shmups all look the same, but this is a genre where the individuality of each producer comes out in these details. It's interesting. Now for the graduation exam. It is also called Jigoku. An overwhelmingly authentic shmups barrage of shmup strikes. I've seen countless aspiring game warriors drop out here. Please do your best not to humiliate me, who taught you. Well, maybe it will be impossible to avoid. So they're just gonna have me shoot stuff now. Yeah, like just... Here you go. Shmup some stuff. Oh man, get wrecked. Get every guy. I heard that. I will read it in a moment. Oh no! He ran away before I could kill him. No, I kind of enjoy that in the tutorial. Sometimes he just went, yo, if the dev does this, this can be really hard. If the dev does this, it can be really hard, and then he just heckin' murders you. Oh, jeez. Big cannon shot. So there is a lot of... I did not even see that bullet. There is a lot of lead up when the big cannon fires. What? Okay, I gotta kill something. Okay, I did it. I killed something. Oh no, I thought my hitbox was higher. That was me. That was me. That was all me. That was me being bad. Oh, finally destroyed that freaking cannon. I was not in a good spot to dodge that. Hey! That was Drazvin, $10. Thank you very much. This Hello Uncle Hope Life is treating you well. You know, those glasses with your hat makes you look like a magic teacher, which is very fitting for going through this tutorial. Thank you very much. In a word, open. Now, just as a flower petal opens, a hidden ability is revealed. And one more word to add. Chosen. You are the chosen one for shmups. I didn't expect a beginner to move so far, completely beyond my expectations. You may be the one who transcends shmup logic. Your unyielding faith, you are truly what we call a game warrior. Times are changing. I feel the breath of the new shmup's current. You, the one game warrior, will trigger the shmup's warring states period. But be careful. There may be shmup's warlords lurking in the world who can match you. Please play various shmups and improve your skills for the day of battle that will come. And that was the tutorial. Big. We're not done, though. Because that was the general Shmup tutorial. That was the tutorial for how to play Shmups. Now we get to learn how to play Angel at Dusk. This should be notably shorter. I mean, it's still kind of long, but... this is a solo dev, by the way. I just want to point out. Akira Goya, solo dev. I just want to point that out. All of the art, done by him. So you saw not, like, programming, everything. You saw the... I'll go back to the title menu. Like, background, that whole background image, hand-drawn. Airbrushed, probably. This, hand-drawn. Yeah, legit looks like a different game. It is! Everything for the general Shmups tutorial used assets from Steel Vampire, which is another of this dev's games. This is Angel at Dusk. Hold down Y to fast forward the instructions. Making mistakes during the tutorial will not cause a game over. Please use this opportunity to experiment and learn. If you wish to exit, you can press pause to open the pause menu and return to the title screen from there. In this game, there's a brief gameplay tutorial for very hard difficulty as well. If you consider yourself a seasoned game warrior, confident in your skill and adaptability, then there may be little for you to learn from this tutorial. In either case, however, total completion of this very difficult tutorial will provide you with a full understanding of what it means to be an STG. In essence, this tutorial itself is a look at the spinal core of all Shmup games. Now then, allow me to begin. Tap A to fire your standard attack. Tap it. Or hold X to auto-fire. Hold down and then press A for your heavy attack, charge shot, which is what I did. So, important thing of note, and this is a very nice accessibility thing, I want to say. If you're holding down auto attack and you press charge, it will charge. And then when you let off charge, it will go back to your auto attack. That's just a nice little accessibility thing. R-Type Final 2 did this as well. Just so, like, you don't have to go back and forth between buttons. You don't have to worry about that. You could just hold down the one and just keep doing it. After firing a charged projectile, you will turn blue and be unable to fire it again for a short time. This is the ability's cooldown period. It's not very long, though. It's just like... The cooldown is always the same, regardless of how charged the attack is. Releasing your charged attack only when it is fully charged is ideal. You can see the gauge on the left for that. Coming into contact with enemy bullets will be counted as a mistake. Making such mistakes in the tutorial, however, will not end the game. Therefore, please take your time and read the instructions carefully. This attack is very specifically designed to murder you. It's aimed at you, it's very fast. The three middle ones are all grouped up, so you have to move very far to one side in order to dodge. And it goes on for long enough that even if you can, you have to do some crazy streaming in order to not get killed. But they're showing you that... Oh, the 3 middle ones are homing? Fire again. They are! When you make a mistake, a heavy release of neurotransmitters will cause the flow of time to slow down temporarily. In addition to this, a red-colored barrier will activate around you, temporarily protecting you from enemy bullets. This barrier represents a release of immunity substance that will break down any bullets originating from enemy body tissue. I think this is something interesting to keep in mind, is that if a game dev wants to kill you, they can just kill you. It's not hard. Although you will be protected from enemy bullets, you are not fully invulnerable. If you use it to run head-on into enemy fire, you risk damaging yourself again immediately once it dissolves. The game will come to an end if your stamina reaches 0. So you have health! The top screen gauge shows stamina restoration. Collision with enemies is not counted as a mistake. That he's referring to this as a mistake is actually why in a lot of shmups you'll see runs that say no miss. Miss is short for mistake. It effectively means they never get hit. Your charged projectile, Morit Thui, can destroy enemy bullets. Hold down A to charge it, and then release A to fire. Your charged shot will lose momentum and do less damage with each enemy bullet it comes in contact with. As it loses momentum, its color begins to turn green, until it eventually loses the ability to destroy enemy bullets. The more charged it is, the higher its damage and momentum will be, so try to fire it at full charge as much as possible. Destroy an enemy bullet! And of course, you want to effectively cancel as many bullets as possible. But sometimes you have to fire, so you want to like charge up the charger. You want to fire the charge beam at full power. But sometimes for survival's sake, you will have to fire a shorter charge because you don't want to get hit, but you want to cancel the bullet. Enemy bullets can have durability or weight to them. High durability enemy bullets cannot be destroyed easily and can be pushed around. Heavy enemy bullets will be resistant against charged attacks and lower their momentum considerably. In some cases, it is better to avoid these bullets rather than to try to destroy them. There are also enemy bullets that will dissolve naturally over time. Generally, red-colored enemy bullets are the most durable. Your charged projectile attack is not particularly deadly. Consider it more of a defensive weapon. Attacking enemies from close range with your basic attack will cause green blood cell power-ups to appear. And it's only close range. You can see I get further away, they don't do it. Using X to attack them with auto-fire at close range will also have the same effect. Use your basic attack to attack enemies at close range. And you can, like, you don't have to worry too much about getting too close to them. You are not penalized for coming into contact with enemies, so do not hesitate to get up close and personal. When your recovery gauge becomes completely filled, your stamina will be restored. The further away you attack from, the less green blood cells will appear. If you spend most of your time attacking from the bottom of the screen, you won't be able to receive many green blood cells. Attacking from a distance is safer, but if you want to recover stamina, you must delve into close quarters combat. So you are permitted 3 hits, but in order to recover those hits, you have to play dangerously. Risk-reward. Attacking enemies with your charged attack will not produce green blood cells. Your recovery gauge will slowly build on its own over time. Slowly. Destroying any enemy bullets with your charge attack will cause blue blood cells to appear. Blue blood cells will also recover stamina, but the amount it recovers is minuscule by comparison. Fully regenerate all your stamina within close range at an enemy. Tap the attack button. So cancel bullets, close range, and get your health back. I've got a lot of health. Okay, this one you just stand back for. Maybe. They didn't want to disappear. Yeah, like, those have a lot of health, but you're still generally better off trying to charge them anyway. Like, even destroying a couple bullets, and you can also rearrange them into an easier pattern. Enemies will try to attack you after you use charged abilities. You can understand the timing of charged attacks by observing their charge up and firing animations. You may be able to defeat an enemy by charging in and attacking them full force before they are able to attack. Observe enemies' charge up time closely and fall back if it looks too dangerous to move in for the attack. Generally, if you start charging your attack as soon as you notice the enemy charging theirs, you can get both the attack to cancel each other out. Basically, if you are in a one-on-one situation with an enemy that only fires low durability bullets, you are at an advantage. Closely observe your enemy is the key to victory over your foes. Colliding with enemies will not be counted against you, therefore you should always be striving for close quarters combat. Annihilate 10 enemies! Try to fell enemies before they start attacking. Every time you miss, the kill counter will go down. Gotta use that point blanking we practiced in the General Shmups. The General Shmup section. Metal Fantastic! Colliding with walls will only knock you back a bit, but if you become trapped between a wall and the bottom of the screen, it will count as a mistake. Shortly after such a mistake occurs, you will become able to pass through walls for a short time. Oh, I should have gone around that way. If you don't retreat to a safe area quickly enough, you may end up getting another mistake penalty as soon as that time expires. Collision with an enemy or terrain may also sometimes knock you into a position where you become wedged between walls. There may also be times where a collision with a wall knocks you into an enemy bullet. These things considered, please be mindful of walls and edges. As soon as a wall begins to block your ability to fire, it will be counted as a collision. So use your bullets to tell where the wall's collision is. Felling enemies and collecting items will grant you experience points. The yellow flesh scraps, called lipids, are experience point power-up items. Collecting these will also cause you to grow, but this has no direct effect on gameplay. It is also impossible to shoot too much and run out of bullets. It is impossible to shoot too much and run out of bullets. Attacking enemies from close range will increase the quantity of lipids produced when they are destroyed. When your experience gauge becomes filled, you will go through a power mutation. A level up. A power mutation increases your stamina, makes your hitbox smaller, and increases the width range of your attacks, and adds a missile attack while you are charging. Man, geez, look at that. Even if a mutation causes you to appear bigger, your hitbox will have actually gotten smaller. The visual change merely represents an increase in avoidance potential as a result of sensory organs and ectodermis having gotten stronger. Also, as the range of your attacks grows wider, the already high damage you do at close range will not be greatly affected. What this means is that if you become skilled in close-range combat, you'll be able to clear every stage even at the default power level. At any time you level up, restore your stamina, or defeat a boss, you will become surrounded by a blue barrier. Frequent, long-lasting blue barriers are a sign you are performing well, and frequent, short-lasting red barriers are a sign that you are making many mistakes. Having a blue barrier around you, however, does not mean that you are invincible. Taking damage from enemies will cause the amount of experience points you receive to go down. Oh crap! It's that jerk again! Each time the bottom gauge becomes filled, your experience point modifier will be recovered by 1%. The penalty for making mistakes in this game is extremely minor, so it is easy to recover your score even if they do occur. However, taking damage too frequently makes leveling up take longer and will thus put you at a disadvantage in the long term. Among the other vessels that become unlocked through the course of the game, some require a larger amount of experience to level up than normal. The more powerful a vessel becomes with each special mutation, the longer it will take that vessel to mutate. Certain enemies will drop craniums when they are defeated. Packed inside these skulls is a highly sought-after type of ganglia called miso. Collecting them grants you a large amount of experience points. Furthermore, it will also restore a great deal of stamina and EXP modifier. This is because strengthening one's neural pathways will improve cognitive judgment and trigger mutations. Collecting skull medals one after another will make them higher level each time, up to a maximum level of 8. The higher the level of the skull coin, the more experience and recovery it will provide. Get big combos, get big rewards. If a skull metal touches the bottom of the screen, its level will drop by 2, and if you take damage, it will drop by 4. Some vessel types have VOM organs. Vohinual Oun Muotwiu organs. He's just making up words. Once your VOM gauge is fully charged, press B to activate it. So this is like a bomb. Yeah, the bomb. Heavy metal! The VOM gauge is charged through the collection of green blood cells. Point blank to get bombs, which appear when using your basic attack on enemies at close range. Oh, crap. Blue blood cells will also charge it, but per cell charge amount is far less than green blood cells. So exactly the same as charging health. You will refill your health and bombs at the same speed. Get hearts. Get hearts by canceling bullets and point blanking. If you want to use your VOM, it behooves you to dive into close quarters combat. Please be mindful, however, that this barrier does not grant full invulnerability. Yeah, get out of here! I have conveyed all the necessary knowledge to you. However, are you able to say that you truly understand each and every one of these advanced knowledges? I would like to now carry out one final examination by fire. Drive back and eliminate 30 fearsome enemies as they approach and attack you. Observe when your enemy begins to charge their attacks, then choose whether to defend with your charge attack or move in and attack up close. Making mistakes here will not result in a game over, but each mistake will lower your kill count total. However, I suspect that this is nigh impossible test of such overwhelmingly high difficulty may, in fact, be beyond your ability to clear. For the truth is, the real purpose of the tutorial up to this point has been merely to flatter the participant and lull them into a false sense of security. Why would we do this? The reason is simple. To bring despair upon those foolish enough to underestimate the intensity of shmups and drive them to total psychological collapse. I got a bomb gauge. Oh, you're new. This is very, I want to say, representative of the kind of games that he makes. They are visually stunning. There's just like a ton going on. Super chaotic. I just wanted that skull. I wanted the skull. But also, like, it's completely reasonable. Like, dude just loves shmups and wants to love shmups. I want to get those when I'm busy not dying! When two of those score items show up at the same time, that's kind of rough. Maybe I should bomb then, actually, so I can grab both. I think I got hit. No, I didn't get hit. That was me leveling up. We did it! I am impressed. Your ability far surpassed my expectations. However, do not forget that your real challenge has yet to begin. You fully understand each and every one of the advanced knowledges. What you have gained here will not only aid you in your conquest of this game, but serve as formidable knowledge in the quest to understand the essence of all hardcore shooting games. To put it simply, you now understand the bare bones of shooting games. Yes, this, and truly this, is the essence of being an STG. Awaiting you in this game are cruel, hellish difficulty levels that vastly exceed the difficulty of the mock battle. In your case, however, I believe there is a small chance that you may be able to endure them to completion. Whether you succeed or fail at this endeavor depends entirely on the verity of your bones. And that is the tutorial. And I will say once again that the tutorial, it's an amazing tutorial. It has a great sense of humor all the way through. So it's enjoyable. They also caution you into it with the, like, look, you can die. It's fine. Focus on learning. Also, if you don't want to play the tutorial, you don't have to. Nothing is locked behind the tutorial. You can also leave the tutorial at any time. And if you only want a tutorial on a certain thing, you can. You can just go in and go, okay, I want to know about this one. So you can test that one. And the tutorial will take about 20 minutes if you're there to strictly learn and get through it. Beginner's practice, I think, is just all of the times that they tested you. You can do it again. So they actually give you times for them. They're all timed. I think the times, I was thinking, like, because if you do get hit in the tutorials, I think it just increases your time. So, like, you want to try to improve your time, and a big part of that is not getting hit. And yeah, there were those were two different tutorials. One was just the basics of all shmups, and then one was specifically Angel at Dusk. So all said and done, Honest to goodness, if I showed you guys nothing else, this is what I wanted to show you with this game. I wanted to introduce you to Akira Goya, the kind of games that Akira Goya makes. I wanted to show you how unbelievably accessible this game is, and the lovely tutorial. Okay, so actually playing the game now. So there's arcade mode and original mode. So what is the difference here? I think I've played like one of these. Arcade, no vessel enhancement. Unusable vessels unlock as you progress through the game. Enemies become stronger the further you progress. You can collect weapons and points to enhance your vessel. So this one you can level up in. This one you cannot level up in. But you unlock other vessels. You can test fire weapons. So I only have two different characters unlocked. The Angel of Pain and the Angel of Chaos. And story, and then if you go into original... Ooh. Go into original, what is all of this? Set or adjust combat organs. So you can modify your character with these. So you can go in with whatever you want. You can upgrade things. How do you upgrade them? What do you get? Maybe just by playing this mode, you get stuff that you can upgrade your crap. Then there's the story mode, Chronicle, and another DPS test. So, Chronicle. Okay. So this is interesting, and something I want to point out. So if you go into arcade mode, there's your story. So there it is, you play through like 6 stages or whatever, and that's the game. If you go into original mode, there's story. You play through 6 odd stages or whatever, and that's that. Chronicle mode is very different. Chronicle mode is almost like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of deal. Like, after you beat a stage, you will have your choice of what stage you want to go to next. Think, Darius? Was it Darius that did it? And those are your 3 main modes. It's effectively arcade, original, and chronicle. Darius was the fish boss one, yes. Yeah, so it's like Darius. Also of note... This is it. So, I think somebody asked before what the plot is to this game. I can give you a vague top-down of what the plot is for this, but if you genuinely want to know the story, this is where the story is. These logs, so to say. You unlock one of these for every stage that you beat on every difficulty. Possibly even with each ship. So, if you beat the game once, which I've done, with one ship, which I've done, that will give you 7 logs, one for each stage that you beat. If I went in and did this again with a different ship or on a different difficulty, it would unlock another 7. So there are plenty of them that you can unlock, that you can get by playing the story mode. But the majority of these come from Chronicle mode. Okay, so I'm actually going to play original mode first, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so primary weapon. Oh, these are the only ones I have. Okay. See what happens. So, when you start the game, you do not actually have Extinction available. You only have Very Hard. Very Hard. It is said that the extreme difficulty of this mode sends 99% of players running away crying. Will you become the 1% that doesn't? Very Hard is not that hard. However, once you beat it, it gives you Extinction, where it tells you, truthfully, Very Hard is actually the very easy mode. This mode is for Seasons Game Warriors. Agonizingly difficult even by 80s and 90s arcade game standards, it cannot be cleared by normal people. And this one, it is much more truthful. Okay, so I've played Awaken very hard. I have not played Fallen very hard. Let's do this one again. Well, maybe I should do something different. Well, I don't know. Let's try this one. Look at all them little wiggly ground enemies being unpleasant. Oh, they're little eyeballs. Oh, what that was. That was new. I wasn't tutorialed on that one. So I think when you kill enemies, their bullets disappear, which is super nice. Like, I think that's a score item. No, because that's a score item. I don't know what they were. Maybe it's changing what my vom is. Yeah, I think it's changing what my vom is. Angel of Delight. I don't like those wiggly things. I don't know how much I need to be using that charge attack. Yeah, I need to be using that charge attack sometimes. Okay, the truth be told... Oh boy. So many goodies! Holy crap! Oh, you know, I think we're collecting weapons, which we can then use and equip in original mode, like in the ship selection. I think that's what we're doing. We're, like, collecting stuff that we can then use there. And that's how we get money, too. Like, we get money to upgrade other things by destroying... Or not destroy... Yeah, by destroying, like, weapons and things we don't want. I wonder if we can collect doubles. Can we, like, sell doubles? Okay, so truth be told, after playing through all of the tutorial thus far, my blood sugar is shot. So I'm actually feeling really kind of shaky right now. So much bullcrap! Bullcrap everywhere! Angel of Tranquility. Yeah, get wrecked! Once mankind unlocked the secrets of human memory, they began... Okay, so that's the general story. I don't have enough time to read those out as we go, but I will, I do want to talk about the story at some point, or at least explain it. You guys calm down. I would like to go that way! Too many guys. All those guys, too many of them. Do I have to remember? I have plenty of Vom. I need to remember I have it. What was this, Angel of Delight? It's kind of funny. Oh, what the crap! Okay, we gotta destroy some chunks. Quick. Okay, I can charge shot through those. Like, it's kind of rough, but it's enough to clear some space. Yeah, give me the goods. Okay, this is stage 4. Oh, that's a lot of bullcrap going on. That's a lot of bullcrap! This is a lot of bullcrap. Holy crap! This game stopped hacking around! Angel of Clear Streams. Okay, got my bomb back. Can use it if I get cornered. And I may. Hey, can you stop summoning little guys? I'm having enough trouble dealing with you. Oh, he's got a brain. What the crap? I don't know how I didn't get hit there. Or there. Ah! Got hit there. And there. Jeez. Oh, these are homing. Is he like friggin' enraging? Die! Holy crap! Dude wanted me dead! What has this game become? It's just for me. Oh. Yeah, given that you can cancel bullets, it's probably closer to Ikaruga than Danmaku proper. That said, though... no, not Chronicle. So that was the story mode. That was original story mode. Enemies become stronger the further you progress. They sure did. And this is where... This is where... I do not believe you are expected to be able to beat it first try. I mean, I'm sure you physically can. But this is where you get a lot of different weapons, and you can upgrade your ship. So you can go back much more powerful. Now, Arcade, on the other hand, is... I'm pretty sure Arcade is what I played. Yeah, Ikaruga gave you control with the more control with the polarity system. Yeah, I'm not saying it is a direct parallel to it, but as opposed to something like Danmaku, which is a massive pattern that you are expected to understand and maneuver around, the fact that you can cancel out a lot of bullets with your charge shot makes it much closer to Ikaruga than typical Danmaku. Because with typical Danmaku, like I said, you're expected to do that. Whereas here, they shoot all that crap at you, you are not expected to be able to just micro-dodge that. Instead, you're expected to use your charge shot, much like you're expected to use the polarity system in Ikaruga, to effectively determine what you want to dodge and what you want to negate, so to say. Okay, so on one hand, I want to show something. I've done this one before. Let's show it again. So those are the two ships. Okay, before I do that, let's go back to original, and let's take a look at some of these weapons. So this is these are our primary weapons. And I have doubles of a lot of these. So what I can do is... yeah, we want to eat pretty much... we effectively just want to eat all of our doubles. Okay, so we also have that one... this is the one we already have equipped, so we can eat that one. I think we have the double spear, too. And these are new. Triples. Let's re-sort them. Yes, it will. So what you're saying is you need to stop keeping your force attached to your R-Fighter and start using it more offensively. Exactly! You know the thing that I never did? That. Okay, so we've got some interesting weapons here. Oh, some of these come in at different levels. I wonder if they're always that, or... so let's compare the level 1s. Let's just see, like, what's the difference here? So this is probably the same bullet, it just looks a little different. I'm gonna equip that one because I want to see what it looks like. Okay, so that's just our single shot. That is a straight, that is your shot. So moving to this one then. Enemy penetrating. So these are going to be kind of the equivalent of these, only they also go through enemies. And it does more damage. Like, it's just gonna be better than these. And then this one is, like, focused, but does way more damage. Pretty much everything is better than our default. Is anything not better? I mean, it's your default weapon. They gotta give you the crappy thing to start. It probably also gets better with how many nutrients are put into it. But then it has a level, so, like, I don't know how that matters. Oh man, that's some good crap. Look at that. Okay, so we have much better ones than that, though, so let's keep looking. So this is tri-directional projectile spread, so that's just... I think it's just that, but 3 of them? So higher level weapons have better stats and bonuses, but they also reduce your experience rate cap by more. If they do, it'd be nice to have said that somewhere. I want to see what the triple shot looks like. Okay, so that's not... It doesn't wiggle, it's just... That's a triple shot. You can see what our DPS difference is, too. They actually show you a DPS. So our DPS is approximately 7,300 with that one. That's neat that they give you the numbers for that. I mean, it's a DPS test, but like they just tell you. I like this one. I like this one's wiggles though. Oh, this one actually has a much higher DPS, though. It's like 9,000. So despite that it has, like, attack power up, it was doing less DPS. Like, that makes me want to know what this one is. Because piercing is really heckin' good. Oh, that's stupid DPS, though. Look at that. That's like 12,000 DPS. Okay, well, we figured out that. Oh, we also have Y and A to level up. So we can see what the weapon looks like at max level. Point blank, our DPS doesn't actually go up that much. I like how at max level I'm still getting this many hearts from the bottom of the screen. Okay, so like that one is real heckin' good. Let's see what some of these other ones look like though. So we take a look at the triple shot. Residual fire will also deal enemy damage. Does not destroy enemy points. So does your charge not... Okay, so this one is better at bombing and healing, worse at consumption healing power. I don't know, sure, let's see what this one looks like. Missiles! We got missiles! Holy crap! Blow them the crap up! This is also doing absurd DPS. 13,000 DPS. I wonder if that does, like, AoE damage. Okay, that's just gonna be the straight shot of that. Are you a high-powered, short-range attack? Oh, yeah, look at that. So not much damage when you're this far away. If you can point blank them though, oh holy crap. If you can point blank, that's 20,000 DPS. If you can point blank a guy. 23,000, 24,000, 25. Yeah, you want to get point blank from them, you're just gonna murder them. Okay, that was you. Long range flamethrower. Attack passes through enemies. These are also becoming higher level now too. Like this one's gonna also going to do more damage because it's level 3. So let's check out the level 3 flamethrower. Oh wow, yeah, it just goes. Wait, does this not matter if I'm point blank it? No, because it won't... Oh, maybe. A lot of hearts. We hit 7... This is 17,000 DPS. At the bottom of the screen. I mean, it has no range. So, like, point blanking doesn't really do anything. Okay, we also have the level 3 missile. So level 3 missile now. So that does about what I thought it did. You can point blank with this because it has a spread. And at point blank it is doing 19,000 DPS. That's kind of absurd. So let's just chill back here. You're like real big though. I'm trying to not do nearly as much damage, but it's still doing like 13,000. What happens when you level up? Not much changes. The projectiles get bigger, but they don't, like, change your pattern. That's absurd. Okay, we got one more. We gotta see what the... We gotta see what this one does. Tridirectional Newtonian bone spheres. Projectiles will ricochet upon contact with enemies and walls. Wait, no, I wanted to go to the DPS test. What am I fighting? I don't know. It didn't give me a name. Man, let them... They do be bouncing! And it's also doing about like 20k DPS. The way they bounce off enemies too means that, like, the room is gonna be filled with those things. I don't know, man. I was liking the missiles. What is the story? Oh, you know, I haven't actually talked about what the story is in this game. Okay, oh, we gotta sell our extras of these, too. So what do we have? Mort Thui, level 1. Mort Thui, level 4? How do I unlock? I want to unlock this one. I want to get rid of it. Okay, so those are the same. That one's level 2, so we'll eat you. Default equipment cannot be unlocked. Okay. And then we got 3 lasers, of which one of them is level 4. Okay, so we got some interesting ones here. So I want to test out the default one. So like 1397. $39. 39. So that was like 13. That was like triple the DPS from leveling it up. Okay, so let's see what the other ones are. What's this? What are you? Heavy particle heat emitter loses the ability to destroy bullets once it turns green. So this is like if you're not as concerned about canceling bullets, but you just want to murder. Yeah, it also stayed longer than our other one. You just hold and it fires! You don't charge this! So it said it loses the ability to cancel bullets once it turns green. But when does it turn green? Maybe once you cancel enough bullets, it'll turn green, and then you have to stop and, like, recharge again? Okay, what is the orb? This one also just goes. Okay, it's just living out there now. Here, have another one. I'll shove my other bubble around. So as it charges, it just gets big. And then when you're done charging, you just kind of got a big bubble. And if you let off the button, you release your bubble. Oh, I don't know how I feel about these. I kind of like them, though. Okay, Voms. Okay, so if I can't get rid of that one, then I'll leave that one because it's level 2. I also have a Heart Bomb. This one's better. I'll keep this one. Okay, so we start with a bomb. Oh, it just gives you a bunch of hearts! And then a shield. So, like, you could kind of use your bombs to get health back. I mean, it gives you... I think the blue invincibility thing kind of comes with any bomb. So the effect is more so that you're trading the kill everything on the screen for just get some health. And I don't know how I feel about that. Bombs are kind of my oh crap, my oh crap button. So I think I'd be more inclined to leave that. So our highest level one is this. I did like those missiles, but I'm curious what this is going to be like. I'm curious what they're all going to be like. You can also upgrade stuff, because we got juice! Oh, these are persistent. I was thinking it was going to upgrade... But no, I think you upgrade these. No, you don't. I thought you could upgrade these. But I think with these, you're stuck with just whatever you find. Like, if I want a higher level of something, I just have to wait until one shows up. Because the only upgrades... I was assuming you could upgrade the weapons, but no, you only upgrade here. Yeah, and so you gotta play through Chronicles mode, get real far to get the good stuff. And, like, given how few of the high-level stuff I had, I'm willing to bet I got those on the later levels that I played. So it's probably that, like, yeah, you just get better stuff the farther in you are. Okay, so what do I want to upgrade? Because I have enough to upgrade anything once. I kind of want to increase this one so I'm not... Yeah, I don't even have a barrier right now. Okay, so I had to buy it, and then you can lower it if you want to, which is interesting. It's funny all the little things he added to the game, just like... Oh, yeah, sure. You can turn them off. Why not? Oh, that's my cursor. I was kind of confused for a second. Okay, you know what? Let's try a stage or two. See what happens. I mean, right now we're kind of murdering the crap out of everything. But that's sort of to be expected. This is like level 1. Sure is a lot of bull crap here, though. Like, I haven't even had to use my charge. Angel of Innocence. Creepy looking. Oh, I flew right into that. Yeah, so once the beam turns green, by canceling bullets, you just have to, like, let off and refire. Okay, let's go left. I think the bouncing on this is neat, but I think I prefer the explosions. Just because I feel like most of these bouncing are just bouncing right back down off the bottom of the screen where they're not doing anything. Ah, I wasn't paying attention. Just flew right into it. I think that sound effect is when one falls off the bottom of the screen. laser does good damage, though. A lot of bullcrap going on right here. Angel of Embrace? Was it? There's a lot of bullets. Let's try focusing over here. I don't know how I'm feeling about this laser, actually. When it actually comes to, like, needing to cancel bullets. What hit me? I did not hit me. Oh no, he still has segments. Let me pull him up. Yeah, let's keep going left. Okay, now this is where this shot is gonna shine. Yeah, that went well, I think. Angel of Tolerance. No, I want the thing! I took a hit because I wanted the thing. I had to miss that one. It was miss it or die. I mean, I got hit anyway. Sure, I'll go left. Why not? I'm just gonna keep going left. We'll see what happens. This is a really weird end-way. It's an odd end-way that we'll still always miss. Okay, yeah, I can't do much about them. There's too many of them, I can't. I didn't really have much choice but to bomb through that. There's too many of them. This may be about where things are getting too hard. I was trying to do the tiny dodges. I got scared because they were starting to misalign weird. Yeah, I think I'm still feeling the explosions. Or something with piercing. Yeah, very tiny hitbox. And luck, mostly. Okay, those don't have... Use your lessons. All bots. No, I don't like that. Oh, well, I can make those go away, so that's fine. Ow, ow. I don't know what to do about half of these bullets. I like your previous pattern more. Okay, so when you do that, I can dodge it that way. I don't like this at all. I have so much health I can live anyway. Oh, that was it. That was the final boss of that route. Cool! So we actually get a story fragment. Um, so the story. If you play through the if you play through the I think the arcade mode story, you get the general layout of what's going on, but the general plot is humanity was figuring out how to. Humanity effectively figured out how to live forever. And through genetic modification, they figured out how to allow people to live forever, heal from pretty much any injury. Like, death was no longer a thing. So then they started focusing on that which makes life unpleasant. So in figuring out what makes life unpleasant, they started removing concepts that humans could interact with or deal with, if it caused conflict or anything of the sort. They started removing negative emotions from people. And what they ended up with was, after years and years and years, and by years I mean like thousands, even millions of years of people modifying themselves into these pseudo-perfect creatures, what they did was, what they were left with was, these were effectively mindless creatures that could only experience pleasure. That was it. And they could live forever. They just existed forever. And so doing this, they called this Eden. And they effectively had become angels. So Earth had become Eden, and the people within had become angels. These are all effectively unkillable god beings that can only experience pleasure. And then because once they got to this point, they would no longer be able to even monitor and modify themselves, because they were kind of mindless at this point. So they built a system that would exist without human monitoring that would stop humans from evolving further, which ensured that they stayed in this angel form effectively forever and didn't accidentally evolve out of it. So this went on for millions of years until after millions of years, we are very near the sun's death. And perhaps even part of the sun dying caused the evolution inhibitor to stop working. And which now means, just again, over still thousands of years, the angels are beginning to evolve again. And the first thing that they evolved was pain. And pain existing kind of kick-started a lot of other things evolving into place. A sense of self, a sense of identity, other emotions, all kicking in as soon as they could experience pain and now have a sense of self-preservation. So that is effectively where we are in the game. Who are we? I don't actually know. We are one of the fallen angels, so to say, that has evolved pain. And we are traveling, fighting against the unfallen angels who are trying to stop us, consume us, whatever. They're just going about their lives, but going about their lives is trying to end us. We have some self-preservation now. And we are traveling in hopes of finding a way either off this planet or whatever, because we're starting to realize that the sun is going to go. And that's effectively it. Like, who are we specifically? You don't know. And there's different ships, so it's really just different fallen angels that we're playing as, all trying to get anywhere. The arcade story, as you start playing as the Angel of Pain. And I believe the story in that one is just, after traveling, you didn't have an outright name, or if you did, it didn't really matter. After traveling and meeting up with other fallen angels that had found a way to travel off and leave the planet, when you met up with them, you told them the story of your travel. And this is a long, arduous travel that you've done, getting beat down and burnt by the sun and attempting to be eaten by the other angels, and getting to the end and giving them your story and everything. They dub you the Angel of Pain because you have embraced pain. You have adapted pain. And I think that's in one of the story bits somewhere. Play data story. Okay, so this is just what everybody... this is just what you're going through here. Yeah, so it's just a very slow, like, yeah, we figured out how to make this thing that removed hunger. We figured out how to do this thing to remove poverty. And, like, you're thinking, oh yeah, that's cool. Erasing bad thoughts from the minds of criminals. And, like, this just went down a slippery slope. Until, like, the last remaining sin on Earth was intelligence. Enveloped the world in a magic barrier designed to inhibit the development of neurons. At long last, a perfect world devoid of all sin had been brought to fruition. All creatures on the planet were instilled with, beatitude, I don't know what that means, and reborn as higher beings. This was the birth of angels. And then fast forward to 2.3 billion AD. Yeah, angels are incapable of self-awareness, have no concept of self. They fuse with other angels, divide their happiness among others. So, like, they're constantly eating and being eaten, and that's just part of what their life is and is enjoyable. So as soon as you develop pain, you're like, please don't eat me or kill me. And then pain just kickstarts everything. So I think we got some down here from our run into that. So, like, that's the general lay of the land, anyway. And then there's just, like, 177 logs about just other world-building weird crap. Like, memory is stored all over the body. So they end up, like, discarding parts of their body in order to discard memories. Okay, let's see what we got, because we just got a bunch of bullcrap. We got a bunch of bullcrap. Okay, so that's... So do we have a 2... Do we have any more 2s? We have a level 1 2. A level 2 2, so we can get rid of you. And that's it. What about the one-shot? We have a level 1, we have a level 1, level 1... And that's it, it's all level 1s. So that one is... better? This one is notably more powerful, so I'm going to equip it, or I'm going to go with it instead, and I'm just going to eat these. I wonder if they're all just stacked top to bottom, like, best to worst. So as long as you eat bottom up, you're fine. Oh, change sword. Oh, neat. Okay, yeah, so I can't get rid of that one. Eat you. We have a level 6 of this one, so we'll just eat all of these. We have a level 7 of that one, so let's just eat all of these. Level 2, so we'll eat the ones. Level 6. Level 6, level 4. 3, level 3. Which one's better? This one does more damage. But then this one has consumption healing power. Eh. There we go, we should be down to one of each now. Except this one, because I can't get rid of that one. So did we get anything new? Bi-directional flamethrower. Oh, that's good crap. That's like everything you could want out of a flamethrower. It does have limited range, though. Okay, so that one's fun. That's like everything you could want, really. But it's also only level 2, when I've got friggin' level, like, 7s. I do have a level 6 of the missile. Oh, but it pierces, though. It's gonna be good. Okay, let's sort you by type. Just get rid of everything. Yeah, I've got a level 6 of this one, so I can get rid of the other one. And I can't unlock this one. And then this one we have a level 7 of. Ooh, you're new. Sure, let's see what you look like. What a crazy weapon. So, like, you can't use it as an oh crap to get rid of bullets. They have to impact something. But, like, that explosion is huge, and it's going to cancel bullets that are within it. You don't even have to worry about it running out of charge. Like, there is a delay, though, so you do have to be careful about that. Our character is completely biological, right? Yes. And then what are you gonna be? So this is a bomb that destroys bullets, but does not make you invulnerable. That's a laser! That exists for a while, too. I actually wonder if that cancels bullets. Did it say? I think it said. Yeah, destroys enemy bullets. Use cautiously when using against high durability bullets. So that's not as good a clear. That's like, you want to use your bomb for damage. Oh man, I got some juice now. Okay, so what do we want to juice up? It'd be good to put a point in that. Get some extra life. Should upgrade you too. There's only 40k left. I could upgrade something else. Okay, it is very late. I am very hungry. Can you start back wherever? You can, so I can choose I can beat this one again and then choose the right route. I'm starting back with, like, no juice, though. Yeah, I don't know about this. Cancel me some bullets! So it looks like there's a kind of ranking system or something, because, like, this should not be, like, as possible when I've got, like, nothing. Angel of Tolerance again. Can't see anything, but I'm canceling a lot of bullets. And really, isn't that all that matters? That friggin' thing is strong. That'd be real cool if you guys just kind of didn't. Just stop. If you're gonna be shooting that much, I will too. While you're holding that down, you actually move slower. So the game does have, like, almost a kind of focus mode. Ah, I walked into something. You guys need to calm down. Angel of Mercy. Have we seen Angel of Mercy yet? Yes. You get the missile. can't cancel bullets that fast. To just face tank it. I don't know if I'd call that a downside of the missile. That was a lot of bullets, and you can't just, like, disable a boss. Which I think is probably fair. Ah! Okay, this is probably not... This is probably going to be the stage I don't beat. Which is for the best. I didn't want to keep playing anyway. It's late and I'm hungry and I want to eat something and go to sleep. You've got to, like, you've got to use the lessons that you learned in the tutorial. Oh, that's terrifying. Use the slowdown to your advantage. Hey, it's you! I don't like it. Those are supposed to be the slow-moving bullets. Why did they move so fast? I can't tell what's going on, and I'm kind of fine with that. Yeah! I'm gonna die so bad in the next stage. I had no right to beat this stage. Oh, I only have one option from here. Nope, walked into that one. sure is a lot of stuff going on in video games. Nope, that's it. I'm out. Okay, let's see what we got. So we have a 6 and a... Are these organized, right? Eight, 6 and 6. So this one is stronger, but this one gives some healing. Bosses are resistant to attacks by heavy weapons. Say that to my missiles. Okay, so I think we're good there. We haven't really... Yeah, there's nothing new to see, so it's just kind of neat stuff. Yeah, I'm sure that, like, point blanking with your base weapon will still do more damage, for sure. I'm just shocked at how fast that missile just melted things. On top of just removing so many of their bullets. Oh, I never even used a bomb. Yeah, so my strongest is... Ooh, the 3-way is the strongest. Oh, this three-way gives so much better crap. But is it, like, better, though? This is about 40k DPS. Yeah, about 40k. I don't like that this one doesn't wiggle. It can get up there. It's comparable DPS wise. It is lower though. I feel like for the most part enemies are big enough though that like the fact that it doesn't wiggle doesn't really hurt it that much. And I think the DPS is lower, but not like too noticeably lower. And then I lose a bunch of stuff too. I lose a lot of like healing and whatnot. So may stick with the 3. Can I get any upgrades? I can. I can get like 1. Do I actually want a speed upgrade? I'm not sure I do. I mean, you can get it and then turn it off, which is nice. I feel like shield is probably what I want the most, because I'm gonna get hit. I'm bad. So, like, some countering for that would be considerable. Okay, so... I'm not playing through this, but I do want to show off, like, this is story mode. So you have a predetermined ship. Or this is the arcade mode. You have a predetermined ship. You won't just get absolutely wrecked by stage 5. Because things aren't getting stronger because you're not expected to level up your ship. This is just what you have. That's why it's arcade mode. No persistence, you just play. This looks like the same ship that we've used before. I can DPS test it. Which means I can also upgrade it, though. No, it is a different ship. Your shot's different. Look at that, though. Yeah, and like not only do you get your laser, you get like the rockets that fire off too. You do not get a bomb. But like this is just what you get by playing through the stage. You will level up to eventually become this ship by the end of the game. And then there's the Angel of Chaos, which I have not beaten it with, but is a different... It's a different beast. Like, you've got buddies. You've got options. Some Gradius options, too. And the one is red. You get a bomb. So you get bombs with this ship. And neat that there's the visual not only on the left-hand side showing your bombs, but also right there, like right there with the your buddies. You do get a charge shot. You get the laser charge. Oh, and it locks your options. So you do get a charge shot. It's just your blue laser shot. Like it's the laser shot. So this is a neat one. This is a neat one. I've not played... Oh wait, no, we gotta upgrade it. Gotta see what it looks like upgraded. So you still kind of get the crazy shot. And drills. I think this is just a better ship. Yeah, like, I genuinely feel like this is just a better ship. And you do get a bomb, it's just your standard bomb. It's a black hole. And then I have never actually... I've not unlocked the other ones. Okay, so there we go. That is Angel at Dusk. Again, I don't know if I even am going to come back and play this a second time on stream. I'm, of course, going to keep playing it on my own time. But it's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And if this has intrigued you in any way, shape, or form, please go support this stuff. So anyway, it is late. I'm hungry. I'm going to get some rest. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I just realized this whole time I had a banner in the upper right that said Toho Music was playing, and it sure was not.